Welcome back to the channel, guys. Simply Pops here, and today I'm going to be showcasing all of Apple's silicone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro, and as well as the brand new tech woven case. And of course, I have all of the iPhone 17 Pro models right here, so cosmic orange, silver, and that deep blue color. But without wasting any time, let's start with the deep blue. So let's see how the orange with the deep blue is going to look like. Unboxing experience on these cases are pretty much the same every year. You just pull the tab, slide it right out. It gives you some instructions. I believe inside is a little pamphlet. Yeah, but we already know how to put on a case. So this is the orange. Now let's see how it looks with the deep blue. And you guys can see blue and orange is going to complement each other nicely. So this isn't going to be, this isn't too crazy, but you guys be the deciding factor. You guys decide. Of course, your camera control button is covered, but you can still access it. You can do your gestures. Your power button is covered. I think this phone is dead. And you have your action button, volume up and down covered. And on the bottom, you have your cutouts, right? Speaker grill precision cutout. And you have some additional holes here. This is going to be for that strap that Apple sells, so the crossbody strap. If you guys want to see an all color unboxing on this, let me know in the comments. And it goes without saying, MagSafe works perfectly fine. You can use your MagSafe accessories. Let's move on to the neon yellow. Okay, put that over here. And here's how the neon yellow is looking like. Now, it has like I guess it's like a lime color more than anything. It's like a lime color. But Apple calls it neon yellow. So this is what it is. Same exact thing, same cutouts. You have your crossbody strap part there. Your buttons are covered. Same exact thing. You have lip protection, so it's going to protect the screen so it doesn't make contact if you drop your phone. And one thing about Apple cases in general, they last a long time, the silicone cases. So yes, they might be expensive, but they last for a very long time. All right, next up we have the purple fog. And believe it or not, I think this purple fog is going to look gorgeous with this blue or this deep blue color. And yeah, definitely. So yeah, so this purple and this blue goes hand in hand. All right. So you have a big cutout too on the back. And this is why you want to make sure your color combinations are correct, because you can still see the camera modules and the LiDAR and everything. But yeah, so far this is my favorite color on the deep blue so far. Okay, let's move on. Now this time we have the black. Now it goes without saying, MagSafe is going to work and everything. These are MagSafe cases. Yeah, this is the black. Okay. So black, of course, is going to look good. So although we didn't get a black iPhone Pro 17 this year, at least you can get yourself a black Apple case. But one thing with Apple cases, it doesn't really look true black. More than anything, it looks midnight. But Apple is calling this black. So yeah, like this is black, but this has a little bit of midnight going on, but still looks really classy on the deep blue, especially if I hold it over different angles. So maybe you're talking on the phone, you kind of see, you can kind of get away with this being black basically. But when you're right here in direct light, yeah, that's blue. Same exact things on the bottom. So this is how your charging port and everything is going to look like. The side is completely covered. And yeah, I'm currently still transferring all my data on all the iPhones, so bear with me on the videos. I am working on a charge test. I'm working on a battery drain test. I have so many videos I gotta work on, so I figure why not get the case videos out the way. And yeah, the sooner I get this out, the sooner I can get going. Okay, so this one here is the midnight. Okay, so they do have a midnight, and it's very similar to the black, if you ask me. So yeah, this is the midnight. Perfect match. Matches perfectly with the deep blue. And bringing back that black, this is how it looked like side by side. So Yeah, I think these two is gonna be very tricky to decide which one looks better. But I think if you want to truly match your phone, you gotta get the midnight. You gotta get the midnight. I think the midnight might look the best, but hey, you might like the black better. But this is how the midnight is looking like. And yeah, same exact thing on the side. So your bottom, you have your cutouts, and you have your buttons. And yeah, this is midnight. Of course, you guys can pause the video, kind of see how it look like in different shades and stuff. This video is just only to help you guys out because Apple cases are expensive. All right, so which one is this one? This one is the terracotta. So the terracotta, I think this is gonna look sick with the cosmic orange once we get to that color. But let's see how it looks like with the blue, the deep blue. And yeah, this is how it looks like. Surprisingly, all these colors so far on the silicone cases, they look pretty good on the deep blue. There's nothing that looks too funky other than the yellow, the neon yellow one. But this one, this terracotta, this one, you can get away with it too. I really wish this phone was black because it'll look real classy with this color. But unfortunately, there's no black 17 Pro. As of the time of this recording, Apple may release one in March. But yeah, here's how the bottom looks like. Your cutouts, your buttons. And yeah, the terracotta, ladies and gentlemen. And then that is it for the silicone cases. So just to kind of review all the silicone cases, here's how all of them look like. If you guys are trying to decide which case. So, these are all your color options. But now I'm going to shift focus to the tech woven. Okay, so I have all the tech woven cases here. We're going to showcase it on the deep blue. And it's nice that Apple brought this case back because on the iPhone 15 series, we had the fine woven and it had a bunch of durability concerns. But unboxing experience is exactly the same, but it's just $10 more. This one is the blue color. Now, this one is going to probably match perfect. And interestingly, the box slides out. So you get a more premium unboxing experience. Okay. You have your booklets, your safety and handling. Okay. Oh, and right away, I like the way how this feels. Feels real grippy. You have that Apple logo. And I don't think you have to worry about them scratches no more. Because I'm scratching it with my nails and you don't see no sort of imprint on the case. Because that was one of the problems with the fine woven from the iPhone 15. Once you scratch it with your nails, it start leaving marks. But yeah, this one here is nice. More premium metallic buttons. So you have metallic buttons here. The bottom exactly the same. You have precise cutouts. And you have your cutouts for the crossbody strap. But yeah, this one here, really nice. Really nice. Protect your iPhone 17. And you can't go wrong with this one at all. I really do like the feeling of this. But you really can't go wrong with silicone. Silicone just feels nice and soft. This one kind of has it's a more premium feel. But some would even argue that the silicone is a little bit better. Softer to the touch. This one is a little bit more rough, or is a lot more rough, but you have better grip. So it's not going to slip out your hand. So yeah, this is the blue of the tech woven. Now let's proceed to the black. Now, the black one, we got to pull this. Now the black one is going to be really nice if Apple came out with a black 17 Pro, because I know what's going to happen. It's going to look nice on this, but that blue is going to really stand out, just as I expected. Now, that's not a bad thing, but nothing beats having one color. If it's all black, then you have this black tech woven. It'll be nice and sleek. But in certain lighting conditions, it definitely could look black. And even if I compare it to the silicone black, You guys can see easily this is more darker. So yeah. Or even the midnight. Let's grab the midnight silicone. This is how the midnight silicone look like. Yeah. So this is the darkest color Apple sells so far. Exactly the same. Same cutouts on the bottom. Buttons. Have nice little metallic buttons. And yeah, it's the black. Let that sink in. All right, let's move on. All right, and next up we have the Serena. If you have that Toyota, this is gonna be the one for you. And yeah, this one here, very equivalent to that terracotta on the silicone case, but this is just the tech woven version of it. Slapping this case on. Oh, it turned on. Oh, so this phone wasn't dead. So yeah, you do have a MagSafe sound every time you snap on a MagSafe case from Apple. And I forgot to test out. MagSafe is going to work on these cases as well. Perfectly fine. And this doubles as a stand too, which is really cool. As you can see, I still didn't activate these phones yet. Yeah, just give me some time, guys. So many videos. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this one in the deep blue colorway. Same buttons, same cutouts. And this is how it looks like on the bottom with the charging port. Let me flip it around. And then the other side, boom. I like this material better though. Feels better. Okay, let's move on. Oh yeah, I know which one is coming up. Oh yeah, this one, we have the green. Now, you guys seen the memes about this green one? We're going to get to that cosmic orange in a little bit. You guys are going to know what I'm talking about. But let's see. This is how the green looks like side by side. Should have did this all along. And let's snap it on. This is how it looks. This is a little funky to me, but blue and green pretty much go hand in hand, but it's not my cup of tea. Yeah. This green one is going to be very tough to match. And we're gonna showcase that silver very soon, or shortly, I should say. Silver is gonna be the best color to get if you want to match around cases and stuff. But the green is nice. I like the green. I think maybe Apple made this purposely to match with the cosmic orange. But yeah, same exact thing. Yeah, but you guys be the judge. All right, let's move on. Like I said, it's going to be a long video, guys, so bear with me. All right, so we have the purple. Like I said, purple and blue. That's going to be a way better color combination, especially this kind of purple. Okay, let's put this here. So, and oh yeah, purple and the deep blue, it's pretty clean. Yeah, this is good. We needed a moment of silence there. So here's how it looked like in different shades, different lighting angles, same exact buttons. And then on the bottom, you have your cutout. Here's how the bottom looks like, because that's important. If you have your phone on the table, you're gonna see the side of this, and you're gonna see the color of your phone. So that's very important, believe it or not. And I think the trickier thing about these cases this year is gonna be, like I said, that chest body strap. Now what? Do I get every single color and see how it look like on every variation on every different color iPhone? That's gonna be a long video. If you guys want to see it, I'll do it. But if not, then I'm not gonna bother with the crossbody strap at all. But I got it just because I gotta review these phones. But yeah, this is the purple and the tech woven. And yeah, and that is all the Apple cases for the deep blue. And yeah, let's move on to the next color. All right, now it is time for the 17 Pro in silver. I gotta say, silver is the color that I'm gonna go with personally. But without further ado, let's start off with the silicone cases. And we have the purple fog. Now, the best thing about silver is gonna match pretty much with any case. Any case you throw at it is gonna look pretty clean. and this one here is no exception. And yeah, that silver, it just complemented each other nicely. Even complement my Apple Watch too, my Apple Watch Ultra. But yeah, silver is just, you can't go wrong with silver this year. Now, I am in the process of updating my phone and transferring all of my data, so bear with me on that one, but this is just showcasing all of the colors here. Okay, you have a big cutout for the camera. The bottom, you have your open ports, so you have your cutouts. This is going to be important because if you have your phone on the table or something, you're going to be able to see these cutouts. And with Apple, they have the colors match the Type-C. So that's very important. And these little holes here, this is going to be for the crossbody strap. If you guys want to see a video on this, let me know in the comments. I'll probably get all of these colors and maybe try to do every combination, but that's going to be a long video, but only if you guys are interested of seeing it. And of course, MagSafe is going to work perfectly fine. This mirror, MagSafe, is from Casetify. You can stand up your phone too as well. You can use it as a mirror. This is the purple fog. You guys be the judge. All right, let's move on to the midnight. So midnight here, it's like a nice blue, but just a navy blue, basically. It's a navy blue, and of course, it matches perfect with the silver. Everything just goes along nicely. But I would say this would probably look best with the deep blue. And let's see how it looks. This is how the bottom is looking like. And of course, you have your side. Everything is exactly the same. And I'm going to try my best to have different angles too, because if you have it in different lights, you could kind of get a different shade of that midnight. So I'm doing the best I can here to help you guys decide which case you should go with before going to the Apple store and basically wasting time. So hopefully this will help. All right, let's move on to the black. So the black color, of course, silver and black. It's going to look nice. And I would even say darker color silicone cases may attract the most fingerprints. But then again, the lighter colors too could, it could attract fingerprints too if it's the other way. But anyway, this is the black. You have that Apple logo there. Yeah, so this is the black. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, now time for the neon yellow. This is super bright. So if you want like a loud case, maybe if you want to see it from a distance, this is going to be a case for you. And it's not going to look too funky. I'm very curious to see how this is going to look like with the cosmetic orange. But with the silver, it flows nicely. So all your buttons, cutouts. Here's how it look like in different lighting conditions. Like here it looks like yellow, but then when we start shifting it around, it can kind of get away as like a lime color. Just like a lime kind of color, but this is neon yellow. Let's switch over to the orange. Maybe you always wanted that orange iPhone, but maybe, on a regular day, you don't want to get that. You don't want to be stuck with that orange color. So why not get the case and have that same flow? Just living that orange life. So orange so far is my favorite color for the silver. And here's how it look like on the bottom. Okay, your sides are covered. Everything covered. Yeah, this is fire. And let me try to shift it down a little bit. You can see you have the darkest point of the orange. Then when I start shifting around, it's a little lighter, different tones. Now this one here is the terracotta. All right. You can't go wrong with a brown case. I really wish Apple makes leather cases again, but they never going to go back just due to the environment. But Nomad, I know they already have their leather cases already, but you can't go wrong with like a brown case. I was going to say leather case, but yeah, brown here is good. Okay, so same exact thing. Your buttons are covered, cutouts precisely cut. And on the other side, same thing. Really beautiful. I must say. Now it is time to move on to the tech woven cases. Now, tech woven, just like how I covered on the deep blue, the deep blue. Apple did introduce the fine woven back with the iPhone 15, but it has some durability issues, so Apple addressed it by reworking the materials here. So it has more of a grippy feel. This one here is the blue one, so blue and silver, you can't go wrong. And I like this case a lot. It's just grippy, but I do like the silicone just due to the softer touch. And from this point on, if I'm saying the same thing over and over, this is for the people who skipping around. So I'm giving the opinions again. So my apologies for repeating the same thing. Here's how the bottom one looks like. So you can see if your phone is on the table, you're going to see how it's going to look like. And you're going to see like a little bit of your color. Yeah, this is really clean. Silver is the one to go with. I think this is the right answer this year for me. I love the orange, but I think the orange is not going to age that well. Okay, so that's the blue. I didn't even show you guys the inside. This is how the inside of the case look like versus the silicone. Silicone has a nice soft touch. This has like a more grippy texture to it. And I forgot to showcase MagSafe. MagSafe is going to work perfectly fine here. So I have a MagSafe mirror. All right, this is from Casetify, and it doubles as a kickstand. Not sponsored, but I figured this is pretty cool, depending on what you're doing. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the purple. Purple and silver. Here we go. This is how it looked like. That texture is really nice, let me tell you. So let's shift this around. And one thing I noticed, you have a two-tone here. So as I'm really showing you guys in full detail here, you guys can see it's like a two-tone design. And the bottom, that's how the bottom is going to look like. Yeah. This is the purple. All right, next up we have the green. Yeah, this is dope. I mean, this olive or this green, it's going to look really nice with the silver. Well, all these cases is going to pretty much match with the silver. Silver is just the cheat code for when it comes down to cases. Because like I said, you're going to see that camera plateau. So you're going to see the color you have. And next up, I am going to cover the orange. So you guys are going to see that little meme, all the memes and stuff with this case. But yeah, everything is exactly the same. Same metallic buttons, kind of like. You have precise cutouts on the bottom. And then on the other side, you have your camera control, your sleep wake. And you can kind of see the front of the phone. But yeah, this is nice. All right, moving on to the black. All right, so black and silver, just like how I mentioned with the silicone cases, you can't go on black. You really can't go on black. So this is kind of like a black and white or black and silver. And yeah, this is how it looks. And every time you snap on these cases, you have the MagSafe animation. All right, next up we have the Sienna. So yeah, so the Sienna one, that's silver and just this kind of like brown. Really nice. Kind of just make me want to get a leather case and just call it a day. I love leather, but I know it's not good for the environment, but I just love the way how it looks. So yeah, this one here, pretty clean. Buttons here. This is how your cutouts are going to look like. Your buttons. Yeah, and that is it for the silver. If you guys are watching this from all the way through or you just skipped around, appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more iPhone 17 videos. But let's move on to the cosmic orange, the moment you all been waiting for. So we're going to start things off with the terracotta. So this orange is beautiful, and sometimes you don't even want to cover it up. But hey, you got to protect your phone, and you want to protect it with style or in style. And this is sick. This is 1-to-1. This is 1-to-1. and you can easily see that it color matches perfect, even in different angles, even better. Yeah, so the terracotta, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 right here. And of course, if you're skipping all the way through, this is how the bottom one is going to look like. Like, this is very important because if you have your phone on the table, you can see it in the angle, seeing the accent of the cosmic orange with the terracotta case. And then on the side, you just have your button, your action button, volume up and down. And then on the other side, your camera control and your sleep wake. And of course, you have that lip protection, so it's going to protect the screen. All right, let's move on to the orange. So this one is going to be very similar to the terracotta, where it's going to just match 1-to-1. And here you go. Of course, you have that MagSafe sound or MagSafe animation. And I'm going to be honest with you, this orange is nice, but I probably prefer the terracotta. I don't know why, but the orange one, I just feel like, yeah, it matched perfect, but it's not. Well, actually, they both perfect, actually. But I just prefer the terracotta for some reason. But, yeah, this is how the orange one is going to look like on Cosmic Orange. So, of course, all your buttons are covered. Your bottom, this is how the bottom is going to look like. I said this on the previous cases or on the previous iPhones. If you guys want to see a crossbody strap unboxing, if you guys want to see this in all colors, let me know. Because I don't even know if this is going to be popular. Apple is charging $60 for this. $60 for this, and you have to get an Apple case in order for this to work. But I'm pretty sure third parties are going to be making some alternatives to this. So, yeah. Only if you guys want to see a video on this, let me know in the comments. Because these are MagSafe compatible. So you can attach your MagSafe accessories. In this case, I have a MagSafe mirror from Casetify. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, but yeah, it could work as a stand too. And next up, we have the neon yellow. Now, this is probably the first funkiest color. Well, I don't know why would anybody get the neon yellow, but hey, this is how it looked like on the 17 Pro in Cosmic Orange. Your bottom has your cutouts. Your side are covered. Other side covered. Yeah. Next up, let's test out the black. So black and orange. Yeah, this is nice. Anything with a darker color here, this is going to make it stand out. It's going to pop out the camera modules even further. But yeah, this is how the black one is looking like. And like I said, the black always has like a little hue to it. So really and truly, it's kind of like a navy, and blue and orange it goes together nicely. Those are the New York Knicks colors. New York Knicks. All right, on the bottom, wow, this is nice. On the bottom, you guys can see your cutouts here. And this is a perfect example on why it's important to look at the bottom of your phone. This looks neat. All right, the sides are covered. Other side covered. You have your camera control. Even though that's covered, you can still use it. Let that sink in. Next up, let's test out the midnight. So midnight is going to be even better. I would even argue that I like the black one better. I like darker colors when it comes down to a bright color like this. So this is how it's going to look like with the cosmetic orange or Cosmic Orange. And here's how the bottom one looks like. And here's your side with the camera control. Everything functional. Then on the other side, you have your volume up and down / action button. So yeah, this is the midnight. It's unfortunate how Apple didn't make no silicone cases for the iPhone Air. That's very interesting, but I am going to work on a video on that, showcasing bumper cases and some clear cases. But for now, we're focusing on the 17 Pro. This is the purple fog. Okay, so purple fog, looks good. I think you can get away with this. You know, depends on who you are. You might like, you know, this might be your favorite color combination. Here's how the side looking like. And here's the bottom. And then on the other, yeah, so same exact thing. Let's shift this around so you guys could get the different color hues. And that's all of the silicone cases. Now let's transition to the tech woven cases. Tech woven, in case you guys were skipping around, this is Apple reintroducing the fine woven. This is fine woven 2.0, but they did improve the durability a little bit. Obviously, I just got these, so I got to really put it to my test. But yeah, first things first, testing out the black. Can't go wrong with a black case, like I always say. And this is how it's going to look like on the back. So you have your cutouts on the bottom, covered on the side, covered on the side. I love these metallic buttons too, by the way. Tech woven is a lot more grippier compared to silicone. All right, moving on to the purple. This is how the purple and orange is looking like. Surprisingly, this might even work well. Not my cup of tea, but it might work well for some people. Sides, exactly the same. Your cutouts is how it's going to look like. And like I said, if you guys want me to review that crossbody strap, let me know in the comments. I'll be able to review it. But this is how the bottom is looking like. And your side. Yeah. All right, next up we have the blue. So blue and orange is gonna complement each other nicely. And yeah, with this tech woven, kind of is a little bit brighter compared to the blue and the silicone. Let's see. Oh, or maybe it might even be about the same. Yeah, it's a little brighter, but I think it's just different materials. So realistically, if you have the orange iPhone, this is like the NYX colors right here. But anyway, we have the buttons here, metallic buttons. Your cutouts on the bottom. And yeah, you guys can even see in different lighting. You can kind of see how richer that blue gets. And then you got the super bright portion. Yeah, so this might be my favorite color combination right now so far. Now, interestingly, you can still see a little bit of the orange too from the iPhone. Like you can see a little hint of it. I don't know if that's going to make you go crazy, but that's one thing I do notice. And the case is on all the way, so almost did a drop test. So yeah. Oh yeah. Next up we have the green, and what is this gonna remind you of? You guys seen the memes all the time? Ninja Turtle, Halo. This is the case for you. This is the iPhone 17 Pro Halo edition right here. So you have the olive green with the orange, cosmetic orange. Or cosmic. I always call it cosmetic. Cosmic orange. Okay. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is neat. This is good. I know the memes kind of make it funny, but this is still a clean color. That marine green and that orange goes nicely. Okay. Here's how the side look like. The other side. Of course, you have your cutout. Looks really nice. Kind of shift it around a little bit to get the different colors. And last but not least, we have the sienna. So this one here, yeah, this is hard. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know if people say this is hard anymore, but goes nicely with that orange. It complements it perfectly. You know, it's not trying to show it off too much, but hey, I'm in the game. I got the new iPhone. While still protecting your phone. So yeah, this is nice. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. Different lighting conditions, different lighting angles. Of course, same exact buttons here. On the other side, same exact thing. You have your cutout. Really nice. And I think the best thing about this, a lot of people don't like the iPhone design, like this portion here. They did this because to have MagSafe and wireless charge, you do have the unibody aluminum, so it's going to keep the phone cooler. So that's why they had to have this kind of two-tone look. But a lot of people are going to slap a case on it anyway. And you're just like, hey, you don't even notice it's there. And you still have your MagSafe present on the back. Now, real quick, I want to quickly show you guys the Apple clear case. Now, this year, Apple decided to have the MagSafe portion kind of like this rectangle on the back. So, for instance, if I put the deep blue on, you're going to see that white. It kind of defeats the purpose of having a clear case. Now, if you guys see any yellow in the corners, I did a stain test for a previous video. So, yes, the clear cases from Apple will stain up. It's going to stain up throughout time. So here's how the clear one looks like with the orange. Yeah, so everything is exactly the same throughout the video. Same cutouts, same opening. Now you don't even have the option for the straps. For the straps I've been talking about earlier. This strap here, crossbody strap. And then last but not least, we're going to do it for the silver. I think for the silver, it makes the most sense, considering that the silver has a white kind of square already, or a white portion. Now, yes, this is whiter because I did a stain test on this, but for the most part, if you get it brand spanking new, the silver is probably going to be the best with this. And looking at it closely, you guys can see the yellow, just doing that stain test that I did earlier. So that's just something to keep in mind of. A clear case, well, this clear case from Apple in particular is going to turn yellow throughout time. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure if Apple has warranty for clear cases. I heard about that, but I'm not sure if it's true or not. And guys, there you have it. That's all of the iPhone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro, all color combinations. Let me know down in the comments down below. Help each other out too, because sometimes deciding on a case that match, you know, this is a community. So let's help each other out. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video so it could be pushed out to everybody else. And make sure you guys subscribe. It means the world to me. And drop a like on this video. All right, guys, until next time, stay tuned for more iPhone 17 videos. Have a simple day. Peace.